Alright, so today we're going to do the power of a power. Remember, I don't really care that you know the name of it, I just care that you know how to do it. I put the title in there so you can find it in the textbook. If you're looking at your foldable notes today, this is going to be the second doorway. We're going to put our definition and our mathematical definition, this part right here, on the front of our door, and we're going to put our examples on the inside flap. Okay? Alright, so a power to power. Mathematically, it says this. I'm going to have some exponent, so a base raised to a power, all raised to another power. So x to the a raised to the b, so that's going to be x to the a times b. Mathematically, this is the definition. If we have questions that look like this, here's our shortcut. In English, if we have one exponent raised to another power, okay, and there's only one term inside, we shouldn't have an x plus y or an x squared minus y to the third, just one term inside here. If that's the case, then what we're really going to do is distribute this power to this power. We're going to multiply them together. So one base, two powers, power raised to a power. Okay? Let's do some examples. All right. So we have x squared raised to the third power. Remember that this power tells us how many times to multiply the base. And the base in this case is x squared. So really this means x squared times x squared times x squared 3 times. And we know how to do this from last class. This would be 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is x to the 6th, or x times x times x times x times x times x. Again, we're going to get x to the 6th. Remember, you can always write it out long ways if you can't figure out the shortcuts. All right, let's do the same thing with a number, right? We got two strategies here. We can do the exact same thing. We do this base 3 times, 2 squared times 2 squared times 2 squared. And we can say, well, we could give this as 2 to the 6th, or we could keep care of this exponent and say 4 times 4 times 4, which would be 4 to the 3rd. Actually, 2 to the 6th and 4 to the 3rd, they're going to be the same thing. Since they're a number, we got to keep going. So let's do this. 4 times 4 is 16 times 4, this is going to be 64. Okay? So 2 to the 6th or 4 to the 3rd, both going to give you 64. Just make sure you keep going till you have a final number. All right, let's do one more example and make sure you got this. So we have x to the 5th raised to the 4th. So that means we're going to do this base 4 times. So this is going to be x to the 5th times x to the 5th times x to the 5th times x to the 5th, which is 5, 10, 15, 20, x to the 20. Our shortcut would be 5 times 4, because it's a power to the power, which gives us x to the 20th. And remember, you know you love math.